What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are staying dry on this rainy Saturday. So Meg Thee Stallion just dropped her new track, Hiss, which is a diss to Nicki Minaj, Drake, and she just let everybody have it, right? Like she has had it. She's gone independent and she is focused on her music. You know what I mean? She's focused on just moving forward from the whole Tory Lane situation. And Nicki, unfortunately, has been really spiraling online for the past 24 hours. Um, yeah, it's not looking good. She was talking about, her whole situation with the Pow Pow and Tory Lanes and calling Megan, Bigfoot and calling her 6 foot and all this other stuff. And it's like, Nicki, one, to be honest, Nicki's way too old. She's been in this game way too long to be sitting over here talking about this girl surviving, not only losing her mother and losing, so many things, but also being assaulted by Tory Lanez, right? That's nothing to play with. But she's been spiraling. Like you couldn't even put it in a song. Like back in the day, not that I'm super old out here, but I can at least respect the fact that when rappers had beef, they went into the studio. You know what I mean? Like Lil Kim and Eve, or Foxy and Lil Kim, like they put it all on the line in the studio. One of the greatest diss tracks ever from Nas was Ether. Okay, people still talk about that to this day. Okay, Ether, man, like I really wish we would have had social media back then, but since we didn't, people, they played it on the radio stations, they played it everywhere. It was Jay-Z versus Nas, and Nas won. Well, Nicki, I have to say, Meg, she won. So I'm gonna let you hear this track that, just a little snippet because I'm like Tasha K, I ain't got it, okay? But I do, I do want y'all to hear a little bit of it. What I will do though is I'll drop the YouTube link in the description box if you guys want to listen to the whole song. But just this one bar, because I'm getting ready to talk about Megan's Law in a second. These hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's Law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all want me story. Okay, so she said these, and don't be mad at Megan, these mad at Megan's Law. Okay, so what is Megan's Law? So Megan's Law came after this precious baby. Her name was Megan Kanka. She was a 7-year-old girl from Hamilton, New Jersey, and she was SA'd and eventually unalived by her neighbor in 1994. Her parents fought to have a law passed named Kevin's Law that would inform communities of S offenders living among them, right? Because this happened, her literal next door neighbor took her out, which was horrific. So Megan's Law was passed within months, and it was later adopted by numerous other states. So the fact that Megan said, I don't care, that's bars on bars, like rest in peace to this baby girl. And I'm so glad that her parents put this in effect. But Nicki, that's her Ether. Okay, like shout out to Meg Thee Stallion. Y'all know I made a video about her way back when the whole Tory Lane situation first began. People were calling her all types of liars and this, that, and the other. Okay, well, he's behind bars and he's about to be deported to Canada. So, he's no longer a danger to society. Okay. But what is a danger to society is these bars that Megan said, because she said, y'all not mad at me, you mad at Megan's Law. And why is that relevant, should you ask? Because Nicki Minaj, one of the greatest rappers, okay, I won't even say of her time, right? The fact that she has, and she lets us know repeatedly, which is a problem, which is why I was never really a big fan of Nicki, to be honest. I can respect her craft, but she repeatedly says, all the, the multi, platinum sales and this, that, and other. And I'll say for a good, 7 to 10 years, even. I'll give her a decade. Um, she was on the features of everybody's songs, and she was running it for a while. I will give her that. Comma, however, right? The fact that she did all of that and still chose, because women are the choosers. I know a lot of people believe that, a lot of men believe that as well. She chose to be with Kenneth Petty. Is It still blows my mind. It blows a lot of people's mind, right? Out of all the men that you could choose, all of them, right? You chose an SA offender. This man can't even be around kids, or somebody was saying online that she was mad that she always had to go pick up their child from school because he's not allowed within 100 yards of a school or something like that. um, and it's funny, but it's sad because it's like, Nicki, you really could have been with anybody in the world. There's 8 billion people. Pick one. You chose Kenneth Petty. Like, and then you're going to get mad at who? At Megan, talking about, oh, well, she's tall. Okay. You know, but the fact that she's giving props to Ben Shapiro, who, no, Ben Shapiro, he has said so many things that are anti-black. I don't even know where to start. Um, I just feel like she just really picks bad men. I mean, have you ever had a friend like that? They just had a bad picker. But one thing I will say is, even beyond the whole bad picker thing, and giving props to Ben Shapiro, I don't know what that's about. I don't know if Nicki's in a sunken place along with Tim Scott and the rest of them, but I will say this: I am I don't play around people who hurt kids, animals. Like, there's something seriously sadistic and psychopathic about people like that when they punch down. And what I consider punching down is somebody who is like, maybe like a boss and a subordinate. But when they, hurt really vulnerable populations, like babies, like this little girl here, or small animals, things like that. And then the women, and it's oftentimes women who enable them. I can't stand people like that. And I know too many people like that, unfortunately. But Nicki, yeah, you brought this on yourself, because out of every single person that you could have chose, I mean, you chose a prisoner who was incarcerated for hurting the most vulnerable out of all of us. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't take on an adult. He didn't take on, a man, someone his equal. And see, that's unacceptable. That's a coward. But shout out to Megan. You know what I'm saying? Meg Thee Stallion. Like, Nicki has been on Twitter just, and I was gonna bring up some tweets, but I'm like, I'm not gonna, you know, um, give her any kind of shine or clout on my platform. And I know I have a small platform, but for her to, enable this man, and then talk about, Megan in regards to violence, again, DV, um, it's sad, it's pathetic, and I want better for her, but she has to want better for herself. But in regards to this rap beef, you know what I mean? Megan definitely came out on top, and I'm so proud of her. Like she did, she overcame all of that. She graduated from college. I know Nicki is salty that, Megan has multiple Grammys. She still has zero, despite all of those sales, despite being on all those songs and features and stuff like that. It's like, Nicki, you're not looking good in all this situation. You being on Twitter, going on these long Twitter rants and, throwing tantrums, basically. I mean, I guess she chose Kenny for a reason. Maybe that's where they're equally yoked at. Because I don't care what anybody says. She said, y'all not mad at Megan. Y'all mad at Megan's Law. That's bars. That's bars. So I'm looking forward to, more of her music in the near future. Congratulations to her. She is doing huge numbers, number one on Apple iTunes and YouTube. So congratulations to Megan. Rest in peace, Megan Kanka. That poor baby. I hope that her parents are doing okay. Maybe Megan can do something for, her parents, or set up some kind of, I don't know, scholarship or some kind of something in her name. But you guys, let me know your thoughts about the whole, Megan versus Nicki beef in the comments section. Yeah, yeah, she won this one, definitely. This is going to go down to me as another ether. But please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video, to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I will talk with you later. Take care, Aces. Bye.